Hi there, it's Mark here, and a very warm welcome to today's Thoughts for the Day. Before I was a vicar, I was a youth worker in a little village called Histon, just outside Cambridge. And as part of my role there, I'd often lead the Christian Union group at a local secondary school. I remember at one of the sessions, I asked the group of young people who'd gathered there, I said, "What gets you up in the morning?" Of course, I got some of the expected answers, like my mum gets me up or the alarm clock. But then, one of the young people, this young woman, she said, "I get up in the morning because something might happen." Because something might happen. I just need to bear that in mind. Part of the way we at Portishead Church of England engage and trying to involve ourselves in the mission of God in this town is how we want to get alongside and work in partnership with our local schools. One way we did that was at last Sunday's 9:45 service at St Peter's Church. It was planned and it was led by a number of the children from St Peter's School. And they helped us explore the story of Peter getting out of the boat, and if only for a few minutes at least, joining Jesus in walking on the water. It was an amazingly joyful service, and you can still catch it on our YouTube page, and I would encourage you to do that. Now, this has been an important story in shaping the life and the spirituality of St Peter's School. I remember, must have been about June, July last year, I shared it as part of their times of worship together. I asked the children to reflect on how Peter would have felt as he followed Jesus' invitation to join him in walking on the water, in stepping out of the boat. Often we see this story as one of courage and bravery. Here was Peter taking a courageous step out of the boat and onto the water. And of course, that's true. Peter was brave. He might have been afraid, but he overcame those fears. But one of the children said, "I think Peter was curious." And that comment, that Peter was curious, has really stuck with me. What if it wasn't purely an act of courage on Peter's part? What if Peter was curious and was just really excited to see what might happen if he took that step? After all, it was Peter who said to Jesus, "Lord, if it is you, tell me to come to you." Peter's curiosity sparked Jesus' invitation for him to come and walk on the water. Peter does take a step of faith. And what if a key part of faith is that curiosity? That curiosity that on our journeys, we're continually stepping into something unknown, something yet to be discovered. What if our spirituality needs to always be underpinned by what we could call an openness to more, to learning more, to experiencing more, to discovering more, to becoming more? Of course, like Peter, when he noticed the winds and the waves around him, he started to sink. He got scared. He took his eyes off Jesus. There will be times when our journeys are hard, when life's a struggle, and it might even feel like we're sinking. But what does Jesus do in the story? He immediately reaches out his hand and catches Peter. I hope when there are things perhaps in your life that are difficult, when it feels like a struggle, that you will know the love of God and the support of those around you. But may, and I say this for all of us and for me included, may we never be scared to take those steps of faith. May we be curious and expectant that something might happen. And may we do that. As we pray a lot of Sundays at our 9:45 service, as we prepare to step into the rest of our week, that as we move from the security of what we know, we'll be led into the adventure of what God might reveal.